Good morning, everyone. It's April 21st, 2023, 9:18 in the morning, and I'm here finishing up my watch list. And happy Friday to everyone. So with that, let's get right into it. Okay, so for today, we don't have a lot of movers. If we can start with the SPY is an inside bar. If you look at the daily, inside bar is we're opening at the inside of this bar from yesterday. Volume of SPY is just around 677,000, so not a lot. And that also speaks of the rest of the market, why we don't have a lot of volume as well. So SPY is just up by 0.07%. And considering that it's an inside bar, then strategy for today is to be patient at the open. There's probably not a lot of an opening range breakout or a breakdown play for today. And for that, we can just do other strategies. So to begin with, I am looking at Amazon. Amazon is up by 2.4%. So for my levels for Amazon, pre-market low is at S3 or this pivot point area here, which is 103.56. And then the high of the pre-market is at 106.36. Just gonna turn this one into a 15 minutes so it's easier to put in the level. So that is my Amazon level. Next one is for my gap up. I am looking at PG or Procter & Gamble. Let's see what the news is. News is Q2 results stock estimates. So they did have that earnings. What I'm looking at PG is there's not a lot of volume, but it is up by 2.5%. It's definitely not a low float stocks. It is a 2.35 billion float. Since I don't have a lot of stocks that I'm watching on right now, I will just put in my level here. So 154.9 is the pre-market high and pre-market low is at 150.84. That is around $4 move already. Let's see how the daily looks like. Daily looks like we are just about to break this level right here, which was touched way back on January 9. And yeah, about to break that level. Considering that we do have the R4 next to that, and that is 155. So we do have some rooms there, but we do have to consider that the volume is just a 140,000. So that is PG. Wish is up by 22.7%. Wish is not a low float stock. It is float of 19 million. Let's see. Well, Arcata for a low float stock is 20 million. So a little bit of, we actually fell below that. So for Wish, I am just going to be watching this one. Yesterday's price action, let's see, from 7 up to 7.49. So that is just a less than 50 cents move. So I am not even going to be putting my levels into Wish. Okay, next one is Coin. Coin now is an inside bar. It is in the VWAP, and a lot of this Bitcoin stocks are moving today, but they are all under what we call that inside bar. So Riot, Mara as well is an inside bar, and then Tesla. Tesla is an inside bar. It did had a good gap down yesterday. I wasn't trading yesterday, so for those of you who have traded Tesla yesterday and shorted Tesla, that could have been a pretty good move right there. Looks like from yesterday it moved from 169 all the way to 160, so that is a $9 move, and right now it can just be under consolidation. So next one is Zim. Zim is down by 2.1%. So 2.1% here. Not a lot of volume. Again, that's what the pattern that we're seeing this morning. And for that, let's just put in our levels. So pre-market low is at 19.8. Pre-market high right here is at 20.29. Just about 50 cents move there. Not a lot of move at all. Just going to put my levels since we don't have much of stocks in our watch list. Next one is SQM. SQM only again has a volume of 147,000. Its float is 142 million, so not a low float stock. Price action, candlestick on a daily looks okay. So yeah, let's put the levels here. 70.97 is the pre-market low. Pre-market high is at 76.04. I'm really not excited for the watch list today. Not a lot of movers, not a lot of volume. I think this is one of those days that we can be very selective with the stocks that we're going to be trading. If there's no setup at all, I wouldn't be surprised if I'm not going to be trading at all for today, because that's how low the volume is. No volume means no momentum for the stocks to go anywhere. So that means it can just consolidate, and consolidation can take hours, or yeah, it can take a long time for it to decide on where it wants to go. So Apple is a gap down by 0.94%. Again, not a huge gap down here. 1.5 million that is actively being traded. Not a lot of volume compared to the Apple's baseline. That's pretty much a low volume for Apple. We have 4 minutes left before the market opens. Microsoft is down by 0.39%. Did not fit my criteria of watching a gap down that is down of at least 3%. But there's nothing that's happening, or there's no stocks that are moving a lot today. So we'll put in the levels anyway. Nvidia is down by 0.13, so almost just flat. Pre-market low 268, and pre-market high, I do have a level right here, 271.4. Okay, so that's that. And then we have AMD flat by 0.01% up. Pre-market low 89.51. Pre-market high is 90.54. And BABA is down by 1.2%. All right, so those are my levels. So let's look back here and see if it had, so this is my pre-market high, just updating this one. We do have that new pre-market high now, so just adjusting that at 106.4. Procter & Gamble, not moving as much, still has low volume. Now, I don't have anything else in my watch list, so this one is going to be the low float of the day, this Wish. So pre-market low is $8.32, $8.32, with a pre-market high of 9.59. Coin, I'll just put it in the level as well. This is part of the inside bar. For the inside bar, the strategy there could be the pivot point play. So you have your pivot point, you have your R3 and S3, it's in between. So it can go to R3 as a strong resistance. Resistance is there, so it can just test as well the S3 and can go back and forth right there. Riot, same thing as Coin, part of the Bitcoin stocks, is also an inside bar. So pre-market high is at 11.39 with a pre-market low of 10.84. All right, so 30 seconds before the market opens. See here. So this is the one that my main screen here. All right, so market is now open. All right, so let's see what Riot is doing. SPY. Let's look at what the SPY is doing. So SPY is just almost flat here. Turning off my pre-market data. All right, so let's see what Riot is doing. SPY. Let's look at what the SPY is doing. So SPY. Amazon. This is the one that has a good volume, 4.3 million. Pre-market high here is 106, so we did have that rejection there. Okay, Wish, the low float stock is moving. Interested in having this one to have a pullback in the VWAP. Okay, Zim, Not a lot of volume still, 430,000. SQM, also no volume yet. JD, same thing, no volume. Apple is just about to. Let's see here. It's just in between. So this one, Microsoft, could be a good short. The only thing though is SPY is moving higher. So this can just test the support 283 and can bounce from there. Because what SPY is doing is we did find that it is just went higher today compared from yesterday by 0.07%. Mara, this is the pullback that I was waiting for. Mara is the low float of the day. Riot, wow, this is just getting beaten down. So this is what I was saying earlier about that inside bar, that it can just test the levels from yesterday. Now it's heading to yesterday's level or yesterday's closing price. Tesla, an inside bar. So no trades yet. This one is just down by 0.83%, curling up here. Did we found a bottom here? Hard to tell because we don't have a lot of volume, and SPY now is heading lower. So with SPY heading lower, that can mean a rejection as well in Microsoft. So Microsoft have found a bottom right here, 283 for this candlestick. Volume is not there. Doing a small position to the short side here, basing it as well to the SPY that's heading lower. But this one is a tight stop loss, 284.85. So not a lot of conviction to this one that it's going to go lower just because I'm trading off of a 1 minute chart. But we did find that rejection in the 9 EMA. So 284.17, I don't see any imbalance right here in level 2. SPY is just playing in that level of yesterday's closing price. So I need to have this break 284.14 before I even consider adding to this position. But that VWAP acted as a support right now. I don't like that the SPY is consolidating. Adding to my position here. Moving my stop loss to 84.61. So VWAP is acting as a support right here. SPY is just lower than yesterday's closing price. But the consolidation in the VWAP, I don't like that. That's why I only added also not that a lot of shares right here, just to control my risk. If you look at the volume here, there's not a lot of volume, and that can also just mean that it can just consolidate. No imbalance in the level 2. Pretty much balanced here. Our tape 284.2325, that's acting as that support right there. Lots of consolidation. Let's see if there's any other stocks that's moving. AMD looks like it did move lower. SPY still playing around VWAP. $284.07. 14. So lowering down my risk here. I don't like that SPY is bouncing at yesterday's closing price. So that means it did found a level. So for this one, I'm willing to get stop out at this level. Let's see, did not fill my position here. Okay, so yeah, I'm out here. I did not like that SPY is curling up right here. Tesla was a false breakdown. They actually have that 163 as a support. AMD lowering it down even more. Game plan today is to be conservative by a small share size, just because we are under consolidation, and under consolidation means I need to have at least a wider stop loss. Wider stop loss entails, looks like it's gonna stop me out here. Yep, it stopped me out. So Baba, this can just consolidate. Riot. No trades here. Wow, Amazon could have been the deal trade of the day. This one still has room to go here. It just stopped me out with that wick. Now it's heading lower. AMD did be found. It was a big volume bar. No volume. Volume here is just even. Big candlestick here. We are testing the pre-market low. This one can a potential short right here. Shorting AMD. Big volume here. We found a wick right there. We are at the level of pre-market low. We are in that moving average as well. Just a small position there. I will add to my position if I see SPY rejecting or heading lower. So for this one, stop loss is just above this VWAP. Okay. Just about to put my stop loss, but I wanted to add, so my finger is on the hotkeys. So I have my stop loss right here, mental 89.5. Okay, looks like I do have time to put that now, 89.5. I would even place it, and it's almost in that level. Okay, so that's my stop loss, 89.5. SPY is promising because it looks like it had found a stop. So I am interested in adding to my position once it broke this level at 89.25, because that is the support at this level. 89.25, 24. Okay, just added to my position. Since I added to my position, I am updating my stop loss, 89.51. We're heading to that 9 EMA acting as a support there. SPY is at yesterday's closing price, which can act as a support. I need this one to break that 9 EMA. We did find that the volume here is dying when it's pushing up, so that's very bearish as well. The giveaway here was we have a medium-sized volume bar, but look at this candlestick right here. Looks like it's very strong, where in fact there's not a lot of volume to support that. And we did find a wick. That wick right there is the pre-market low, that red line that I have. Just took some partial, lowering down my stop loss lower than my break even if it bounced up of that VWAP, then I'm okay. Very small gain there, but this is the kind of market that we are heading at the moment. Very choppy, so I am not going to be staying for a long time with the trade. So okay to get stop out with this. SPY looks like it's bouncing off of yesterday's closing price as well. Volume is picking up here. Just need this one to flush off of that VWAP and break that level at 89.10. 89.10. We do have lots of bids stacking here. So yeah, big volume bar here. VWAP here in 5 minutes. It's still acting as a support. Okay, so while waiting for this one, to either break the VWAP or stop me out. I'm looking for other trades to do. Oh wow, Amazon. Amazon looks like it had found it's under consolidation. This can just stop me out. I need to see a flush. Okay, so I am out there. Wow, what a small, that was such a small gain. Yeah, Procter & Gamble looks like it is done. This is just gonna go sideways. Look at this AMD. So having that tight stop loss, managing your position size, makes it still a high probability trade, just because even if I only saw this one red candlestick at the 5 minutes, I was still able to catch that little bit of a move. I did not make a lot of money with that because I am doing a small share size for today. But even with that, trailing your stop still was a good risk to reward ratio. This one now, big push. Okay, we are now back to having all the shorts get short squeeze, but not a lot of volume, that the conviction is there for this to move higher. So this one, expect a good resistance at 89.49, and it can even not be able to touch that and have that rejection. So thought process here is I would like to reshort this one. Reshorting this one. SPY as well is having that little bit of a pullback. Stop loss here again is at 89.5. Okay, so looking for other trades that is actually moving, which we currently don't have. SPY is having a pullback, willing to add to this level when it goes below 89.32, because that means I am adding to the momentum when it's going lower. 32, 34, I'm looking at the tape right here. So was willing to add to the short if it goes below this wick, 89.31. I'm waiting for that 31 to print right here at the tape. Right now, we have 24. Okay, added to my position. SPY had a rejection. Okay, 89.49, updating my stop loss here. Let's see, very tight range here. SPY just found a top here. 89.28. I just need SPY to break down again so I can add to my position here. Volume here is dying when it's pushing down, so that's not good. Okay, added to my position here. Okay, 89.46 is my stop loss. So I need this one to touch the VWAP again, but this one looks like it has a higher potential to break below the VWAP, because what SPY is doing is this inverted hammer right here. Let's see, 89.2. Microsoft is a short now as well. Okay, thinking of shorting Microsoft based off of this level right here in 5 minutes. Stop loss is 285.02. 285.02. What was it? 285. Gonna give it 0.04 instead of 0.02. Looks like this might actually be the top 107. Okay, shorting this one based off of this 5 minutes here. To 85.90. Market is just rejecting the high right here. This one now is the short. Okay. Nvidia is already starting to work here. Just took some partial there. Because this can also be just a fake out, which is what have been happening. Okay, added to my position here. Stop loss just below. Some resistance here. I need the market to flush and just call it a day because a lot of stopping out today, and it had been a longer day trading for the day. So waiting for another flush. We got that level rejection right there. Still need to flush down. This is the flush that I was waiting for. Took some partial there. This can pretty much just bounce anytime. Just trailing my stop here. Need this one to have more flush down. Found a level there. Need more flush down. AMD's heading lower as well. Market is still heading lower. Some profit takers here. I still need the market to flush. Okay, this is the flush that I was waiting for. Took a while, but it's now working. Okay. Now I'm just trailing my stop. Took some partial there. Don't know whether this is gonna bounce anytime, but just partialing Microsoft. Time to take some partial. Lowering it down. Still heading lower here. But yeah, looks like we did find a bottom there. About to stop me out there. This one's still heading lower. I need to break that 284.85. I just needed to flush 284.76. $98 is my stop loss. 86. Having that moving average as a support. SPY stalling. Yeah, buyer stepping in. Okay, so done with the trade. A lot of choppiness today, but we'll call it a day. It's not worth it to get stuck in this kind of market where it's just consolidating. So yeah, with that, let's do a recap. All right, so did a couple of trades today. Actually, lots of trades today. So start with is AMD. All right, so AMD, I took it to the long as well as to the short. Both were profitable. Took longer than usual, but that's because if we take my pen here, just look at this consolidation right here. That is the price action that we're having, and that's the price action because look at what the SPY is doing. The SPY is an inside bar where this candlestick is inside this candlestick. So once that is the case, expect a range bound kind of day where the movement is just gonna test this high and test this low. Right now we are just in the middle, so it's just gonna go sideways. And those range bound kind of day are not the day that I'm mostly excited, because for those you'll just have to trade off of the high of the day, the low of the day. So you just short the high of the day along the low of the day and took some partials or some money out of that. And that's what I pretty much did. And that's the reason why it took longer for me to finish the trade for the day. So again, with AMD, what I saw was it is an inside bar just like SPY. So with the SPY, I am trading the stocks as how I am seeing what the SPY is doing. So since it's an inside bar, this level right here is my pre-market low, pre-market high. At the open, big candlestick right here, and it's just ranging at this level, just like the SPY. So what I saw was this double top. It tested that 90 MA. When it tested that 90 MA, it had that rejection. So I was watching a different stock at that time. So when it tested again that level, which is close to my pre-market low, that pre-market low will serve for me as a good line or a good risk for me to put my stop loss. So I entered short here, added to my position, covered. So with that little bit of a move to the short, got my profit there. And then again, it tested that level again. So let's see here, tested that level again. Once this one, I think this is where I tried to long it and I got the pop right there. And then on its way down, then I short. So a lot of flipping back and forth here. I tried to long this one, I got stop out, long it again, and I got the move. So this one is the long move. Since I've been in and out of this trade, it's just hard to see where is my long and my short. So you know what, this is my short, and then short again because I've been trailing my stop in this candlestick here, and that price got me stop out. So short here, and then this is my long, and then short again, got me stop out, wicked out, but it moved. So I did not capture that good move supposedly to the short side. So for the long, I got 932. For the short, I got 321. That short because a lot of trial, and the long was the one that made really money out of it, is because I was able to have that move from around 88.7 all the way to 89.1. So that one was the move of the day for AMD. Amazon to the short side is 300 and to the long side is 340. So only like $40 move there, or $40 profit. So to the short side, let's see. Thought process here is I am trying to do a 90 MA trade where at the open, you see a big gap up here. It was so strong that it had that rejection. You don't want to go long when it is like heading higher and higher unless you're doing an opening range breakout. This one, I did not trade it to an opening range breakout because at the open, it is at this level and the pre-market high is this level. So I let it run without me, and sure enough, that was a fake out. Have that pull back to the 90 MA, and this is the 9 EMA textbook strategy where when it touches the 9 EMA, you wait for the bounce in the 9 EMA and you long it at the 9 EMA. So I long it at the 9 EMA. At the sign of reversal, add it to my position. The thing about today's trading day is it has a lot of wick. Look at this wick right here. So what happened here is I did not get to capture the whole move because before it went past through the VWAP, it wicked me out. So got me stop out there. So that's why for the long, I only have 340, a little bit of a move. To the short, let's see here, was a loss. So what I was trying to do here was short, because looks like this one is an inverted hammer. This candlestick is lower than this candlestick. Looks like a reversal, false breakdown, so stop loss is here, and that's why I have a loss of 300 there. So that one was my Amazon trade. Next one is Baba. Baba is the loser for today because to the short side as well as to the long side, I am both red on this trade. And it was giving this nasty move. So this one, you have the pre-market high, pre-market low, have that flash at the open, and looks like it's about to bounce. I have this pre-market low as the level of a strong support. So once it was having that support right there, this one is a hammer. I started to go long on this, so entered here long, added to my position, waiting for the VWAP to break and just head higher, and this one just stopped me out. So to the long, I was red, and then was waiting for another opportunity to go long. This one, first white candlestick here, went long on top of that body of that candlestick, and then I got stopped out again, tried to do long. That one now is a 1 minute trade right here, anticipation for it to rip higher, and got stopped out. Tried to short, and I got stopped out. So both short and long is a red for Amazon. So that is the Baba trade. After Baba is Microsoft. Microsoft did give me a hard time as well because it has a lot of wick. But what I noticed though, I usually don't trade Microsoft, but Microsoft really is reflecting what the SPY is doing. So same thing as what AMD was doing, just consolidating in that level right there. Also a range bound trade. So what I did with Amazon, couple of stubs to the short was every time it goes, this one first short because it's about to lose the VWAP, added to my position and then got stopped out. At that time, this one gave me, this is my first trade. So that one was a red trade. I saw that it is having that, this one now is a 9 EMA trade, but this is not the 8+ setup because it's not a big of a gap down, plus not a big of a gap down. So that means it still is a range bound, but we have that 9 EMA rejection. So once it rejected the 9 EMA, I went short right here, added to my position. I did manage to come out green on this trade because of that move, which is a 9 EMA strategy, but just because I was red here, this one was just a break-even trade. Again, this one, first level here, high of the day, touches the high of the day. So that is what we call double top. So we're tapping there. This one is very bearish. First red candlestick there. After this rip higher, volume is not there. So that one, I took that trade to the short, added to my position. I have this level right here that can act as my strong resistance there. So I can have my stop loss right here, cover my partial here, moving my stop loss. And again, I got wicked out. So it failed my share, hit my stop loss. As soon as it hit the stop loss, look at this one, and then it moved. That one was the move that I was waiting for. Not frustrated with that, wait for another confirmation that it is going to go to this level and we'll short it again. When it went to that level, this one does not even have the momentum to push higher. So I shorted it short and very small move, and that one was our green trade still. Short again, this one was just a break even because it stopped me out at my break even. Then we do have that inverted hammer, so reshort it here, added to my position and was all out, trailing my stop and got stopped out before that rip higher. So with all those movements with Microsoft, it is a micro move. I only got a short of 253. The next one is Nvidia. Nvidia is a short. So what I saw with Nvidia is, again, we are in that range, consolidating. We are testing this level, which is the closing price of yesterday. When I saw that, this one, first up or first high of the day, was able to push higher than the high of the day at this time. SPY is also having a pullback. So I shorted it here. Stop loss is just above my pre-market high here. And so short, cover, 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 and that stopped me out when it was reversing to the high side. So with that, that was a clean move, 838. And then PG or Procter & Gamble, so this one to the short is 270, to the long is 320. So still was a red overall with PG. This one was an earnings play, so you have that huge gap up. This one was could have been a good opening range breakout play, but I was looking at Microsoft and was not able to monetize on this. So when I saw it, it already ripped higher. It is a very strong stock. It is actually up by 4% right now. But when I saw that it is having that pullback at the VWAP, considering that it is a huge gap up here, earnings play, so I took this one to the long, added to my position, and I got stop out. Now we have this candlestick right here. I went long at the body of the high of this candlestick. So long here, was able to get that move right here. That was a quick move to the high side with the volume that's like intermediate or medium size volume. So when I saw that, I flipped my position to the short, cover here, cover, and with that, it was a decent move. The only thing is this also messed me up. So try to do a 9 EMA. We have a hammer, 9 EMA, long here, got stop loss at the body of that hammer. And I tried to do long again, and it just stopped me out at break even before it do its thing. So with that PG, it is just to the short side is 270 and to the long side is 320. Next one is Wish. Wish is, I'm trying to do a 9 EMA as well. A gap up here, but this is a low float stock of 19.3 million. So considering that it's a low float stock, not a A+ setup. So prior at the open, had a pullback and touches the 9 EMA. You have the first white candlestick here, went high or went long at the high of this candlestick. So that is my entry there. Entry at the high, stop loss below this candlestick right here, and I got stop out. With that stop out, I got 200 lost. And then last one is Zim. Zim is the gap down here, was not moving as much, so I was building up my position. So you have a gap down there. This one could have been a good opening range breakout. Again, I was stuck with Microsoft, so did not get to trade this one. So when I saw it had that clean move, and when I saw that we have that V reversal, so V reversal, it did try to test this pre-market low. First red candlestick, after that V reversal. So I went short using the 5 minutes short right here, stop loss just above this high of this candlestick. So short, adding to my position. This add to my position just made it a red trade, just because if I have started a big position here to begin with, then that little bit of a move could have been a green trade. But just because I keep adding it here, thesis is that it's going to test the VWAP, which it did not, so it just got me stop out there. So got $40 loss there. So with that, I was up for the day for 1100. I am not going to push my luck here just because it's a very choppy day, and with this choppy market, it's better off to just sit on the sideline, wait until the market is right for a trade. Look at this Microsoft now. It tried to test it pre-market high, got the rejection there. There's just not a lot of follow through. All the shorts that I've been doing, shorts here, cover here, shorts here, cover here, shorts here, although the move was there, but it stopped me out. So yeah, very hard day for a day trader today. So with that, I'll be done with my trade. This one, Amazon now, is a good short. It had retire all the way to 107.45. This is a pretty good short now, just because it did found that resistance at 107.47. This one, yeah, that's a good short now. But again, done with the trade. Just looking what else is happening here. Wish, this is the red trade that I have. No momentum to go higher. Rivian, there's nothing. So a lot of consolidation. Tesla just moved 161, 165, $4 move. Also at inside bar. So yeah, I am done for the day. What time is it? 12:10. And yeah. So for those of you who are asking on where to begin on how to day trade for a living, please feel free to check our website out. It's called ecourseunlock.com, and we do have our services that's offered there. And we do have our book that is now published in Amazon. Syllabus is there. We have more than 40 hours of recorded learning there. And we add to the course daily. So learning never stops. So please check that one out. We do have some mentoring as well that is for per hour basis. So if you're interested with that, please check that one out. We do have this free resource now, which is your, could be your guide for an opening range breakout strategy. That's one of our favorite strategy, and you can download that with this link. Our scanner is now live. 5 days a week, and that's being shared here. We do have a live Benzinga there too, and this is our blog right here. Just some trading recap that you can watch if you want to just take a look on how day traders pick their trades. And let's see here, and that's pretty much it. So I hope you had a good trading day. It's Friday, April 21st, and I'll call it a day. And for you guys who have questions, please feel free to email me. My email is mary@ecourseunlocked.com. Would love to help you guys. And with that, I'll see you guys first thing Monday morning. Thank you for watching.